Hey fam, when I tell you I've been running, I have absolutely no time for my company to mess with me for probably 2 days. I've got like 14 minutes left on my 70-hour clock, and I ain't getting nothing back until Tuesday morning. Whew. So I've been humping it. But that means I had time to cook. I was inspired by my youngest daughter. She made a grinder earlier this week, some kind of sandwich. I made one before. It was good. Well, I didn't make a grinder. I made an Italian dish. And it was so good I couldn't even eat the whole thing. But it's still early. Want to see it? Let's go. Hi, my name is T. I am not a chef. Actually, I'm a truck driver. And I don't drive food trucks, I drive a semi. What I'm about to do is show you how to do what I do on my truck. Welcome to your favorite new food show, Big Taste in a Small Space with me, T. So I had to get my prep done to make this work, because I really miss my hot plate. So I only have one real source, one pan I can use. But anyway, I got my red onion, and diced it real quick like they taught me on the shows. Got a couple of sweet peppers. You'll see at the end I didn't even use them, but hey, I always like to have them handy. They'll get eaten sometime soon. Cut up my sweet peppers in rings. Also, a couple of pieces of garlic. Now, if you smash the garlic, you're going to have a more pronounced garlic flavor. I just wanted a light one, so I just sliced them up. Give it a little garlicky flavor, not a whole lot. Put that on the side, get everything nice and ready. And I got a little Scotch bonnet pepper. Now, most of the time, Italians don't use Scotch bonnet in their food, but I'm Southern Italian. Anyway, it's my favorite pepper. Slice that up a little bit. And a little spring onion. Or chive. The top of the onion is called a chive. Cut that up in real small pieces. I'm going to use that later on for my garnish. Get about as much as you want, much as you need. Then you put that whole thing on the side till later. Have these pieces of chicken breast. Now, I'm not going to use 2 chicken breasts because it's just one of me. I am greedy. Hey, I couldn't even eat all this that I made today, but you'll see later on. So, get my Ziploc bags ready the way we do. And that plastic's real good, so you got to cut it open. Put one that you're going to use and one you're going to put away in your Ziploc bag. And you close it up. Put it inside. Put it in your refrigerator for later, for tomorrow, for whenever. And the other one that you are going to use, you get it prepared, get the bag open so that we can season this up. But before we season it up, we got to take out some aggression because, it's been a rough week. Now, what we going to do, first we're going to put a splash of water in there, then we're going to pound it. Yep, get out your aggressions. We kind of want this all to be about the same thickness. One side of the chicken breast is thicker than the other, and we want it to all cook at the same time. So we're going to beat it up a little bit. And the reason you put the water in the bag is so that it will slide better in the bag and won't tear the bag while you're beating the crap out of it. Ain't no crap in my chicken. But you get it nice and flat. And just in case, when you season this up, so this bag's not going to leak, you swap out the bag. And so we gonna season this up. A little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Gotta do salt and pepper, people. You know. A little black pepper, and you gotta use your fresh ground peppers. Just gives it better flavor. A little garlic powder. Mm-hmm. A little red pepper flakes. Some Worcestershire sauce. Just a little drizzle. Some soy sauce. Also, just a little bit of a drizzle, not a whole lot. Some olive oil. Also, just enough to get the liquid, enough to get the salt and pepper and everything moving around, so it'll flavor this whole piece of chicken breast. Close it up, squish it around, mush it around, mix it up like we do. Make sure all the seasoning is all over this piece of chicken. Let the air out, let that sit and marinate for a little while. Now, we're going to do some more prepping. We're going to prep our oven pan for later on. So we get a little aluminum foil, set it up. We're going to put that aside. We're going to get a bowl and some more aluminum foil. This is why I need that hot plate so I can use other pots. But since I don't have another pot, we're just going to have to get creative. So, put all that aside, and now we gonna open up a bag, get some broccoli prepped up. Cut it down, break it down a little bit. Because we gotta have our veggies, Gotta have your eat your veggies, people, please. It's a good Sunday meal, so we want to have a good amount. So get your broccoli broken down. You put that into another Ziploc bag, because we're going to season that up too. And what's the easiest way to do it? Do it in a bag. Saves you on some cleanup. So, little salt, little bit of pepper. Now, if you want to know how to do this meal, I'm showing you each and every step. Little garlic powder, little red pepper flakes, and little bit of chili oil. We want flavor tonight, people. We want lots and lots of good flavor. Just a little drizzle, not a whole lot. And a little sweet soy sauce. Also just a nice little drizzle. And add to that some olive oil. That's going to give all the moisture for all the seasonings to get everywhere. Moisture and flavor. Yep. Close up the bag. Mix up the bag just like you did the chicken. And don't be too rough because it is just a vegetable. Don't want to beat it up. Don't want to bruise it up. Just want to mix it up. So, once your broccoli is mixed, let the air out. Put that aside for later. Now, we're going to get some all-purpose flour. Put that on a plate. Just enough. We only have one piece of chicken we're working with. And you got to season up your flour too. So, little salt, little pepper. And yes, you do want to season up each stage of this. You're not going to put a whole lot of salt. You're not going to put a whole lot of pepper. But you want to season it. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bland. And you're like, it don't taste the way it should be tasting. So, mix that up. Put that aside. Now we're going to get some breadcrumbs. Panko. I like panko. Some people don't. Hey, use what you like. Also, a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Like I said, you got to season each step of the way. Little pepper flakes. A little redundant, but hey, you will thank me later on. Mix that up. Put it aside. One more thing. We get our bowl in place. We get a couple large eggs. These are them tiny so-called large eggs. So I'm going to use two. Yep, two eggs. Once again, little salt, little black pepper. And switch it up some. Little paprika. And then some crushed red pepper. Yeah, red pepper flakes. Yeah. Mix this up. Beat it up. Beat it up. And that is going to be how we're going to do our chicken. So, now, put that aside. Get your flour up. Find your chicken. AI, yeah, just the camera so we can see all this. We turn our pan up, turn it on, and we're going to first put the chicken in the flour. Want to make sure you cover all the chicken, both sides, because that flour is kind of the beginning of making the glue that's going to stick everything else to this chicken. So, little flour. From the flour, you put it into the egg. Let it sit there for a minute. Let it soak up some egg. Put that flour aside. Actually, just bring out your breadcrumbs. Put the chicken in the breadcrumbs. You want to press it down. You want to make sure breadcrumbs get everywhere. Get a nice coating on there. Get rid of your egg. And we're going to add a little olive oil to the pan. Decent amount. Enough to cover about half the chicken. And we're going to lay our chicken. Once we know it's well coated in the breadcrumbs, we're going to put the chicken into the pan. I think my pan could have been a little hotter, but it was all right. Turn it up. Started bubbling. Perfect. But you do want to see that pan bubbling some when you put that chicken in there. And always lay your chicken away from you so you don't get splattered with the hot grease. Once again, you're welcome. And we're going to keep that chicken in this pan for about 3.5 to 4 minutes per side. Will it be done? Some people say yes, some people say no. It's okay because we're going to do something with it after we take it out of here. That's after about 3.5 minutes. Flipped it over. You can tell where the heat source is. And you just want to make sure all the meatiest parts are in that grease. So it's getting cooked. But we're going to finish this chicken in the oven. But we still want to make sure it's pretty much done once it comes out this pan. You see that chicken, you see it's nice and golden. Each side, like I said, about 3.5, 4 minutes. Take it out, put it on your oven pan. Make sure you get all them little bits and pieces so they don't burn up. So now, we're going to put our onion directly into that oil that we had. Going to make up our little sauce here. Don't take long, just going to soften them. Don't want them to get too black. Get a little tomato paste. Usually I have a tube. I ran out, people. Hey, found this in my little stash. Always good to have a stash. And you want to cook off some of the rawness from the tomato paste. And once that cooks down a little bit, you get some petite diced tomatoes. So you don't have to do all the work. I could have probably used half a can. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the rest. And you stir that in. And once that's in, you put your garlic in, and you put your hot peppers in, stir that in, let that cook down some. You're going to want this to thicken from all that juice you had in there. And little salt, little pepper. Stir. Make my mama proud. Little Worcestershire too, and a little chili oil. Now this should have a whole lot of lovely flavor. And I ain't have any dry herbs, haven't been shopping in a while. Well, once you turn that off, you're gonna empty that whole contents in that aluminum foil bowl you made up. Cause we need to set that aside. Cause I need something that I can cook some pasta in. And this is gonna go onto the tray with my chicken. And I'm gonna put some vegetables in there too. I'm gonna put the broccoli. Well, first I'm gonna put some water into that pot in the back so it'll get hot while we work on the rest of this. But put the broccoli into the pan. Put the pan into the oven, but we're not even gonna turn it on just yet. Because we're gonna work on this pasta for a minute. Thank you, cameraman. So once your water is hot, you put your pasta in your water. That's when you put some salt and pepper, some salt, you don't need pepper, in your water. Once your pasta is al dente, to the tooth, to the texture you want it to be, that's when you take it out. You put your chicken in the oven for about 15 minutes on 400, and then you take it out. It's nice and hot. It's definitely cooked. Your vegetables are nice and softened. Still got a little crunch to them. Your sauce is nice and saucy and hot. Add that to your pasta. And you should have some juice. Put that onto the pasta too. Now, add a little bit of that same sauce on your chicken. You don't want to cover it up. You don't want to get it mushy. You want that crunchy texture on your chicken. And we just about done. Oh, the little spring onion, the chives. Sprinkle that on top. And I tell you what, bam, you have a lovely chicken dinner. Chicken cutlet to be exact. And don't forget your salad. And it was so good, but I couldn't even eat it all. That's the leftovers. But hey, chicken cutlet without the Parmesan. You could do Parmesan if you want. But oh, that was worth every minute. I'm going to eat the rest after this video's being made.